In this video, we're going to talk about the rule of 72 and how to use it to find the time it takes to double your investment given an annual interest rate. So let's focus on part A. If the annual interest rate is 4%, how long will it take to double your investment? So the formula that you're going to use, or that we're going to use rather, is going to be 72 divided by the interest rate. So that's the rule of 72. So if we take 72 and divide it by 4%, now we're not going to convert 4% into its decimal form as 0.04. We're just going to leave it as 4. We're going to get 18. So it's going to take approximately 18 years for the investment to double if we were to receive an annual interest rate of 4%. Now to get the exact answer, you could use this formula. It's equal to the natural log of 2 divided by the natural log of 1 plus the interest rate. Now for this formula, the interest rate has to be in its decimal form. 4% in its decimal form is 0.04. You need to divide 4 by 100. So this is 1 plus 0.04, or you could say 1.04 if you add the two numbers. So let's take out a calculator and get the answer. So if we type in ln2 divided by the natural log of 1.04, this will give us 17.67 years. So notice that these two answers are very close to each other. So this is a simple formula that gives us the approximate time it takes to double. Now let's move on to part B. So what if the interest rate is 6%? How many years will it take to double your investment? So let's estimate it using the rule of 72. So it's going to be 72 divided by the interest rate. So if we take 72 and divide it by 6, because the interest rate is 6%, this will give us 12 years. Now let's get the exact answer using the formula that we used earlier. So it's going to be the natural log of 2 divided by the natural log of 1 plus r. 6% as a decimal, if we divide that by 100, that's 0.06. So 1 plus 0.06, that's going to be 1.06. So go ahead and type that into your scientific device. The natural log of 2 divided by the natural log of 1.06. You could use log or natural log. You're going to get the same answer. So the answer I got is 11.896 years, which is approximately 12 years. So for this particular interest rate, the two answers are very, very close to each other. Now what if the interest rate is 8%? Using the rule of 72, it's going to be 72 divided by 8, which is 9. So it's going to take 9 years to double if we're receiving an annual interest of 8%. Now let's use the other formula. So it's going to be ln2 divided by ln 1 plus r. So r is 8%. If you divide it by 100 or move the decimal point 2 units to the left, this is going to be 0.08. So this is 1.08. So the exact answer is 9.0065 years, which is essentially 9 years. So the rule of 72 is, for the most part, an accurate way to determine the time it takes for your investment to double. Now let's talk about how we can derive this formula. Perhaps you've seen this equation. A is equal to P 1 plus R over N raised to the NT. So this formula helps us to determine the amount that will be in our account after we deposit some principal into the account and we receive some interest rate compounded n times a year. So because the interest rate is annual, the account is credited with interest once per year. So n is 1. And let's say the principal, let's say we're investing $1,000. We want to find the time it takes to double, so the amount will be twice that. It will be 2,000. Actually, let's use $1 because $1 is just easier to deal with. Let's say we're investing $1 and we want it to double, so it's going to be $2. So we're going to replace A with 2, P with 1, and we're going to replace N with 1. Our goal is to solve for T. So we get 2 is equal to 1 plus R raised to the T. Now we're going to take the natural log of both sides. A property of logs allows us to take the exponent and move it to the front. So what we now have is ln2 is equal to T times ln 1 plus R. So to get T by itself, we need to divide both sides by ln 1 plus R. And so we get this formula. The time it takes to double is equal to the natural log of 2 divided by the natural log of 1 plus R. So that's it for this video. Now you know how to calculate the time it takes for an investment to double.